thinking, why couldn't we do a reading, a collective reading for America? This is what I kind of like. And since I do a lot of YouTube and all that kind of new media stuff, say, hey, this is what the Santa Fe Tarot Group.com, us, came up with for the renewal of America.
You mean the United States?
The U.S. of A, the renewal of America. I thought that might be a kind of interesting thing to do, but is that okay? And for those of you who have your own deck, you can do what we're going to do in group and do your own reading at the same time. You know, you're okay. I'm not going to say, oh, we're cheating or something. You know, do what you want to do. What we're going to do, this is another cool thing we're going to do, is I'm going to use the mega deck. The big, these are just, if you can, take it to your photocopy shop. This is a small card enlarged and laminated. That's all these are. We're going to use these cards for our group here. And while each of you who have a deck can pick a card for yourself and for the group, I'm going to have one person pick a card for the group and America, the U.S. of A, at the same time. So one person is going to be responsible for that from this deck. Okay? The first card is going to come from the major arcana, these 22 personality archetypes. We are all connected. This is one world. We are all quantumly connected. We are connected. And the beauty of the tarot is that you can pick a card for you and it will apply to her and her and her and me and the rest of them. I guarantee it will apply. On a quantum level, we are one. It is true. And the tarot has 78 cards that represent 78 universal qualities within everybody. The cards can never, ever be wrong because they're universal qualities of all human beings on the planet. That's, if you really want to know why cards work, it's because of that. They can't be wrong. They're universal to everybody's human psyche, individually and collectively. And the beauty of picking cards face down, actually, also, is that it breaks us free of what our habitual way of thinking is. We're all habitual creatures. If I ask you about world peace today, you'll say something. I ask you tomorrow about world peace, you'll probably say the same thing. And the next day, the same thing. This breaks us free of how we ordinarily think. I actually love to pick cards thinking about the question and then pick a card and let's see what the mystery has to say. That busts us. It breaks us free of our ego, of our political preconceptions and identities and all that, to see things in a new light. It's a brilliant way for new times, for new thinking, breaking us free. Does that make sense? But you gotta trust. You look at these cards and you're gonna find something, some picture somewhere that's gonna spark your inner knowing. And that's what this is, a practice of developing your intuition using the tarot. A practice of using your intuition through the tarot, an intuitive deck. Okay? These are the 22 major cards on what kind of universal law of life, these 22 principles of life, and with what kind of personality, collective personality in a way to take on to achieve this renewal of America. Okay, here you go. Mix them up. And how do you pick a card? Any way you want. You know, don't think you have to do it this way or that way. The intent, and thank you. Remember, the intention is everything before you pick a card. And you can do these on your own, but it's the 22 major cards. The intention is to pick the right card. Not the best card. Pick the right card. The right card is which personality quality in the collective America to take on to renew this society, this culture of ours. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you can come back now. Thank you. What's your name?
Joanna.
Joanna is responsible. Wow. This is the number 8 card in Voyager. It's called balance. This is justice. In some decks it might be called adjustment. But this is all about rebalancing our world, balancing our culture and finding a new state of balance because we've gotten out of balance, And to be fair, this is a card of justice or fairness to all sides. To me, to all sides. I'm giving you a few of the, kind of the general meanings of the cards without kind of going into what I would think here. But this is this is Libra. Libra card, very, like this, very judicious. Very judicious. And very contemplative. The castle on top of the mind. This is, in ancient Greece, the justice was not a man, it was a woman. Okay. And to see both sides of everything. The light side, the shadow side. The upside, maybe the possible downside. And to be very, very reflective. Let's think about this. This is being the judge. Good judgment. Good judgment. So I want each of you to find one image. Just find one image in this card. And what does it tell you about the renewal of America?
I would look at this as a balance and strength.
A deep commitment and acceptance of responsibility, personal responsibility.
The beautiful thing about reading the tarot is do it your way. Be authentic. Follow your own inner authority. What do you get is the right answer. It's not my answer. Who am I? I'm just another person. It's your answer that makes sense to you. It's interesting about the president is he's coming from a very legal background. And he's very judicious. He's a centrist. This is right down the center. If you're a good golfer, this is a great card. But it's right down the center of the fairway. This is inclusive of that side and this side, and let's work something out to find this balance. Interesting. Yeah, Jen?
There's something about sort of cause and effect, understanding how this moment relates to the vast time of what might occur, and also how the very personal actions that each one of us takes builds the world through time.
Given this card, what's the one thing, action, you can do and will do? I'm a big fan of the doable action. Baby steps. One thing that you can do and will do with a little baby action step in the coming week or two to live out this card. Guess who President Obama's life card is? The priestess. Guess who Michelle Obama's life card is? The priestess.
Wow.
Guess who Vice President Biden's life card is? The priestess. And guess who Biden's wife, Jill, I believe her name is, card is? The Hierophant, the priest.
Oh, no.
They're in sync, and this is the year of the priestess.
That's